All right, welcome everyone. Dr. Jen O'Sullivan here. I'm going to be going over your questions. So we haven't done this in a while. We haven't done a Q&A in a while, and I wanted to be able to answer as many questions as possible. So what I'm going to do is make sure that we are live. So I think we're good. And you all are good to go here. So I need to make sure that we are set up here. Normally, I don't worry too much, but we want to make sure that we don't have any distractions. It's a Friday night. Anything can happen. Okay, so in my group, it's called Ask Dr. Jen. You can join that group. I know a lot of you who follow me on my wall don't know about that group because my main group, we had 250,000 people in a main group that got hacked 2 years ago. My main page and my group got hacked, and so we moved everything over to a new group. So that's a new group that a lot of you aren't in. So if you've been following me for any length of time and you're thinking, what in the world is she talking about? Just type in Ask Dr. Jen on Facebook and it will show you. So we are live on our Zoom, and what I do is I post the Zoom link and the question thread. What are your questions for today? And then I try to answer them to the best of my ability as we move through, because there's usually a lot of random questions. But what I'm going to do is just go through them one at a time. And so I get questions from like all different types of companies. A lot of times we talk about phototherapy, but I am a naturopath. So I'm a doctor of naturopathy, board certified, and I'm a licensed ecclesiastical holistic practitioner. I'm also a certified master herbalist. I'm a certified French medicinal aromatherapist. So I got a lot of different random degrees under me, but the main one is I'm a board certified doctor of naturopathy. But here in the state of California, because they don't like us, I'm also a licensed ecclesiastical holistic practitioner because we do have to have a license. Okay, so just so that you're aware, if you did want to check out my actual credentials, you can go to jenosullivan.com and you can look all of them up. I've even had people call. I've had people call the different schools to confirm. It's really funny. So they're like, yes, she passed with flying colors, a student. So, got all my certifications in order and all of my documentation in order. So let's move on and let's just kind of make sure that you guys get your questions answered quickly. So question came up, any product or recipe that is comparable to Inner Defense. So Inner Defense is a product that is essential oils. It is basically, I believe it's like thieves with oregano. So it's Young Living thieves with oregano, and I think there might be one other essential oil in there, but it's basically a pretty simple but very effective capsule that you don't take daily. So one of the miseducation things that people will share is that you should be taking that every single day, and that's very wrong. You don't take an essential oil capsule every single day. You use it when needed. And you can dose on that when needed, up to 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 capsules at a time, 3 or 4 times a day. That is considered a natural form of antibiotic, as opposed to something that kills all the bacteria in your body. You can use essential oils to help work in concert with your body. But as far as an alternative, yeah, there's a book that I wrote that it was a best-selling book on Amazon called the Supplements Desk Reference. And in that book is a whole section on essential oils, singles, individual essential oils that are supportive of, say, your immune system. So Inner Defense is immune system supporting. It has like clove, rosemary, like all the heavy hitters, cinnamon bark, Eucalyptus radiata. So it's the one that is okay to use, not the Eucalyptus globulus. So Eucalyptus globulus is okay, but where certain blends that have eucalyptus in them will get some heat is when they're using the globulus around children. You want to make sure it's radiata, and that's the one that this one has. But the thing about, and with oregano, so those are all heavy hitter. I think it's a lemon essential oil as well. So when you're looking at essential oils from an immune system perspective, you want to hit different categories. So you don't do all the crazy hot ones. So what I mean by that is you don't do clove and oregano and cinnamon bark and black pepper. Like you don't do all of those hot oils all at once. you maybe take one or two. So if you were making your own capsule, you take one or two of those. So maybe you're taking clove and cinnamon bark, and then adding one or two calming oils that are still good for your immune system, like copaiba, frankincense, and then maybe adding something like rosemary or one of the herbs like thyme. There's oregano, right? You can get that in there. That's a spicy oil though too, so take that into consideration. And then possibly a citrus. And one of my favorite immune system supporting citruses is bergamot. So some people will say orange or lemon, but realistically, bergamot is a better one in my opinion. But you can take those categories. So again, categories would be like a spicy oil, something that's hot, spicy, an oil that's more calming, like I said, copaiba, frankincense, even lavender is a really good immune supporting oil. You can take then a citrus, one of the citrus family, lime, tangerine, orange, lemon, bergamot, any of those, and you take one or two from each category. And then you're rotating through what you're using. Your body will do better on an essential oil capsule if you're rotating through rather than using the same thing over and over again. So yes, you can create your own. What I do encourage you though is the capsule itself is it's a capsule that will disintegrate more in your upper intestines rather than in your stomach. So I encourage you to look for capsules like that. They're designed to release in your upper intestines. They're long release. You can get them on Amazon. You don't just use a normal veggie capsule, okay? And what you would do with any of these is make sure you have 4 drops of carrier oil, like olive oil, in each capsule that you're using. So there's instructions in that supplements desk reference, but that helps people kind of understand the usage. You never do long-term internal use of essential oils that are that aggressive. This is for something that is acute, that you're just trying to hit hard at the beginning and get through it, and then you stop. You don't do this for any long length of time, okay? So that's just a note. All right. Okay, next question. What can you do for age-related dry skin? So I'm 50 years old, and one of the things that we do, there's 2 things. One is making sure that you have good collagen and elastin. And so that is phototherapy. We use a lot of phototherapy in this house, and specifically X39 and Alavita. Those 2 patches are really great for collagen and elastin, and just overall health of your cells. So that's step 1. Step 2 is finding a really clean moisturizer. So I use O3 serum. That is a 7-in-1 serum. So you don't have to buy a bunch of different things. You can just do that. There are other things on the market that are really good too. I would say another comparable brand as far as it just being clean would be Juice Beauty. They have really good serums and things. They have an essential oil serum that every time I use it, I think this is my recipe. I'm sure it's not, but it smells exactly like one of my face serums that I invented like 8 years ago. So, and it's a newer product, and I kid you not, every time I use it, it just brings back the memory of one of my original deluxe facial serums. So, and that recipe you can get on the EO Bar app, and in a bunch of my other books, I've written that recipe down. So that's, you can buy that pre-made on Juice Beauty. So you can also just make your own. You can use a carrier oil like jojoba oil. That's a really great wax, technically a wax, but really great for your skin. And you can use that with whatever you like: frankincense, lavender, sandalwood, a lot of great essential oils out there to figure out a perfect mix. Cedarwood, there's a bunch. So that would be what I would do for age-related dry skin. You need to topically, but you also need to consider your cells. You need to consider your hydration. I've preached to you guys about hydration for a long time now. I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm going to tell you I want you drinking 2 big gulps of water every 15 minutes. I found that some of you trying to do the every 30 minutes don't really hit the mark, and then you are technically dehydrated. So every 15 minutes. So I have some chocolate salt in here. This has electrolytes, and I'm going to just take a sip. And I took a big gulp. During this conversation, I probably will just do one every 30 minutes because, it's a little annoying to watch somebody drink water all the time. But that's something that I would encourage you to for your skin. You need to hydrate better. Most people don't hydrate as well as they think they are. They might say, oh, I do. I drink half my body weight in ounces. Well, what does that mean? Do you wake up in the morning and drink 16 ounces? If so, that's wrong because only 4 to 5 of those ounces will be used and the rest you will flush out. It's why your pee is clear. So if you have urine that is clear, it means you're overhydrating. If you are drinking 4 to 5 ounces every 30 minutes or 2 to 3 ounces every 15 minutes, you could do the math on that and pull that